Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper, and welcome to the Global Monthly Video Hop. My name is Jackie van der Sar Boot, and I'm a Canadian demonstrator and a Dutch demonstrator because I'm married to a Dutchman and I'm living temporarily in the Netherlands, but I'm maintaining my business in Canada as well. So that's great news for me and it's great news for you. So that means anywhere in the European market, you can also shop with me or join my team. So I'm super excited about that. And I'm also super excited about the card I'm going to share with you today because it combines some of my very favorite things. And best of all, it's easy, it's fun, and it's beautiful. So, have I piqued your interest? Let's take a look. Now, before I get started with this, I want to say that this is a global video hop. We do it the first Wednesday of every month. And if you click on the show more underneath the video, then you will see the list of all the other people who are joining in on the hop. It's a fantastic way to spend a little bit of your morning or afternoon and just click along and see all the good things. The theme is masculine, and I know that a lot of you struggle with making nice masculine cards. So I hope you'll be inspired today. And please leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. And of course, we love it when you shop with us. We are all business people, and so we don't do this just for fun. Of course, it is a lot of fun, but we're doing it because that's how we earn our bread and butter. So, and bread and butter are super important in Holland. People eat a lot of bread here. Anyhow, take a look at this. This is the Greatest Journey stamp set. And while the stamp set is really nice, I love the dies. There's a tent, there's a hiker, there's a jogger, there's a biker, there's clouds, a moon, a hiking stick. Um, this thing cuts out a mountain. No, it doesn't. It cuts out. You know what? I haven't used this yet. I don't know what it cuts out. I guess we'll find out. Maybe. Yeah. I'm not even going to go there. We'll figure it out. So now you know that I don't. This is the mystery. You're going to have to stay tuned for another video to find out what this is for. So I have combined this set with paper. There's paper in it too. It's Greatest Journey paper. And it's really pretty. I'm not going to show you all of it, but I'm going to be using, I'm going to show you a sample made with this mountain paper, and I'm going to be using this today. So let's get started. And the other favorite thing that I'm doing is using the Assorted Memories and More cards and envelopes. I'm using the big one. This comes with, there's 20 in here altogether, 10 of each, and then 20 envelopes. So there's 40 pieces altogether. I love having these on hand because the big cards are really big. They're 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. They're pre-scored, and so they're ready to go, which is really nice. And I just got a paper cut on my finger, and I knew it was going to get me. I got it on there. I should put a Band-Aid on. However, not going to do that. So we're starting with that. Then I need a piece of Evening Evergreen, and it's going to be 4 1/8, which is 10.5 centimeters by 6 1/4, which is about 16 centimeters. Let's see, 15.8, I believe. Okay. So that's going to fit right on our card front, but I'm not going to do that yet. Now I'm going to take this 12 by 12 paper. I should move this stamp set out of the way, don't you think? And we're going to cut it in half at 6 inches. So 6 inches, cut it in half, and then I want to use, I think I want to use this one. Both of them are pretty, but I want to use this moon piece for my card. So I'm going to cut that at 3 7/8, and that is 9.8, I would say, centimeters. And now I'm going to take this strip and I'm going to cut it into 3/4 of an inch strips. I would say 2 centimeters will do it. And I'm going to just lay those aside. I don't need the top one, okay? Or I can get rid of the bottom one. No, I think I'm just gonna, yeah. So 3/4 of an inch. Because rather than cut it down, it's easier just to go with the bigger measurement of 6 inches. And then just make sure that you lay your pieces all in the right order. And then I kind of like to lay them on my cardstock to see what I want to do with them, to see which piece I'm going to discard, the bottom one or the top one. And yeah, so this is a really simple way of making a very striking card. And now, this one is just a smidge wider than 3/4 of an inch, so there. Okay, get rid of that piece. And now, put the trimmer away as well. Look, I'm going to arrange them like this. And you'll see that we're making our scene again. Now, I do love this piece because it's so bright. So do I want more sky or more bottom? I only need 7 of these. Okay, because they're going to go on this piece here. And then, take a look, I die cut some of the, we have a biker, we have a tent, we have a runner, we have a sprig, and we have a person with a lantern. That's the one I was going to go with. So if I put that on the card, let's see, here's the lantern person, kind of like that. So I do like to have more green and less of the pink sky, because otherwise my mountain, otherwise it's going to be like this. If I get rid of that one, I just want to take you with in my process. Then she's kind of sticking out above the mountain. Do I want that? Goodness, it's hard, isn't it? So this makes it feel like she's got a little further to go up the hill. And then I was thinking about maybe making a tent. So let's just move that out of the way. I'm going to make the tent regardless, because I thought it was really cool. So we have a bottom piece of the tent, and then we have the detail of the tent. And I like the idea of putting the yellow underneath because it looks like there's light in the tent. It's at night and there's some flashlights inside, but it looks a little bit too bright. So what I did was I cut this piece out again in vellum, and then you still get the idea of the light shining through, but it's not quite as bright. And I really like that, the glow of that. So to make that, I need to find my silicone mat, which, oh, there it is behind me. And we're going to make a little glue puddle. So take your liquid adhesive, there, and a sponge, and then flatten out your puddle, and then sponge it on the vellum. And then we're going to lay it on top of our So Saffron tent. There. Now we've got a buttery yellow color. And now we're going to take this piece and do the same thing. There. Now I've used up all my glue, which is great. And this piece you have to be a little bit more careful of because the glue is not so liquidy anymore. It's not enough to puddle around. There. So now I have my tent, and we'll see if I use it later. Okay, now we're going to put our card together. So I would love to hear from you whether or not you love making masculine cards. Comment below. And now we're going to get started. This is a little bit of a tedious process, and I wish I knew how to speed it up. We're going to adhere all these little pieces to the cardstock. I'm not even in my video very well. There. And I'm also almost out of this liquid adhesive. I've been using it so much. And then I ordered more, and then I had a class, and someone wanted to take my brand new one home. So I couldn't say no. So what you want to do here is you want to make sure that your borders are even. There, and you know what, I should have started at the top. You know what, I'm taking this off. I need to start at the top. So hopefully you're not working along with me, because at the bottom there's a little piece left. Okay, I'm just, oh, sorry. Good thing I thought of it now, and I have to put this one away or I'm going to get mixed up because I have too many. So we're going to start with this one. and we're going to put it right on the top where I had this other one going. I knew I was doing something wrong. You'll understand when we get that far. Right now, you're probably thinking, what is she talking about? So it's now is a great time to stock up on your adhesives. I always do that because it's still, oh no, it won't be Celebration anymore. By the time this video comes out, it is March 1st and Celebration will be over. Well, for next year, I always stock up during Celebration because you might as well get all your basics and get a freebie with it. So, and if you've never ever taken advantage of the starter kit before, it's always a good way. It's always the best deal in the catalog because you don't pay any shipping, you don't pay any tax, and you get to pick out more stuff than what you pay. So in Canada, you pay $135, you get to pick out $165 worth of product. And I think it's fairly similar in the Netherlands. Anyway, it's a great deal, and after you get the starter kit, you get your own discount of 20%. So if you're just starting with this hobby, that's what I always recommend because you might as well save money. There's no punishment if you don't meet your quarterly minimums. If you want to keep your discount, then you need to spend around 300 euros every 3 months, about 100 euros a month, about $130 a month. So when you first get started, that's not hard to do. But the idea, of course, is not for you to do that. The idea is for you to tell a few other people and get them to buy from you, and then you get to keep your discount. So, and it's really fun finding stamping buddies. It's a great hobby to do together. Okay, so now we have one more left. There we go. Doesn't it look great? And now we have the one that I got at the beginning. And now you know why I needed to start at the top. I want to keep this narrow strip at the bottom bare. And now I'm thinking, see, there's the tent. They're camping at the bottom of the hill. And here is the person. And now we're going to put it on our card. Before we do that, I like to put my sentiment right on the card. I'm going to show you some cards that I've already done. So there's this one. Isn't that great? I love it. And then there's this one with the runners. And then I also embossed the flowers on the front of it. So it's a simple card, but very striking in its design. So now we have to decide what we're going to put on this card. And wishing you, I've used this one and I've used this one. I kind of like Mountains of Thanks because it's, or I'm so inspired by your courage. That's a nice one too. Okay, let's have a look. I'm so inspired by your courage. So that would go about right here. So now we're going to grab the Stamparatus and we'll put this in here. The Stamparatus is a stamp positioning tool. And because I'm going to emboss this, we have something called an embossing buddy. And that's this little pillowy thing that has powder in it, and it gets rid of any static. So if my fingers were sticky there, now it's gone. And that means the powder's not going to stick where I don't want it to. So it's those little details that make you have a very nice card. So I like where it is, so I'll put that down here. And now I'm just going to make sure my card is tight into the corner again. And we're going to ink that up with Versamark. So what I have here is an embossing accessories kit. So we've got the tray, we've got the brush, we've got some tweezers, and I'm using this white embossing powder. And the embossing buddy comes in this too. It's a great deal. So I should have put that down. Oh, yeah, I'm getting mixed up. I'm getting carried away. So we're going to ink up the stamp with Versamark. And Versamark is just a clear, sticky ink. Give that a nice, now we're going to give it a really nice, firm, even press. There, so you can see it's tone on tone. And now we're going to go like this. Pour the white powder on it. Take it off. And then see how I have a little bit here? Must have been a little bit of adhesive. I'm getting rid of my extra. And now we're going to get a heat tool and we're going to heat it till that powder turns into a nice shiny hard liquid. I'll just put that, well, I don't have to do that on camera. Okay, so I have you can just see the tip of the heat gun. It's like a blow dryer on steroids. I'm turning it on to number 2 and I'm just going to heat it up. And when it first starts, it takes a little while, so I'm just holding it in one place till I see it start to change. So you can see it's still powdery. And then all of a sudden, it's going to start changing into something shiny and bright white. There it goes. And as it changes, I move it along. And it's just magic. It's just such a fun thing to do. And the trick is to take your time and not wave it about madly. And now it's all done. And what I like to do is I like to just angle it like that to make sure it looks shiny, that I don't see any powder. So that's it. That's great. So now we can take this piece and put it on our white card. And then we can finish it off. So I don't know if I mentioned that the base of this was Evening Evergreen. And it's 4 1/8 by 6 1/8. There, that's pretty good. We'll pick that up carefully. Flip it around. Slowly put it on here and then slide it into space so that you have a fairly even border. There. And now we're going to add the finishing touches. The tent. And I don't know if I want the tent to go up. I think I want the tent to go down like so. And then my girl with the lantern. And I don't know if we need some greenery and a twig. That's not bad, eh? Okay, let's do this. Put a little bit of adhesive on here. I'm glad I didn't run out. I thought I might. And then I'm going to use some mini black dimensionals on the person. They are great to have. Tent's going about as far to the edge. And then, oh, I was going to use my sponge, but I don't feel like getting it out. There. There. That looks kind of cool. And now the dimensionals. And that will give the pop for the person. So these are little minis, which is wonderful. And they're black, and they have a white backing, so you can see exactly where they go. And I'm afraid that might be too skinny. So what you do is grab some scissors and then just cut a little piece from the edge. And then you can make it a little thinner because you don't want it sticking out. And there. And now we'll take those white those backings off, and then you can't even see the dimensionals anymore because they're black, which is quite nice. You get 2 sheets with little ones and 2 sheets with big ones in your package. And there we go. Now, if I wanted to get really fancy, I could have put a tiny little bit of So Saffron in behind. I should have done it. Oh goodness, you know what? I'm being fussy. I'm not going to do it. There. So there's our card. I hope that you love it. Be sure to check out the other people, and I'm going to show you the other ones. And the last one. So there they all are. And it's all the same paper, it's all the same dies. I didn't use anything else. So I think that's also a good thing that I'm showing you exactly what you can do with the whole suite. and you've got some great masculine cards. Now, I say masculine cards, but really what it means is just not a super feminine card. It's not all flowers, but this would be just as great for a girl as a guy. Um, but yeah. Anyway, I hope I've inspired you. I hope that you take the time to subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done that already, just hit that red subscribe button on the bottom right-hand corner. Let me know what you thought of my video. I love reading your comments. I hope that you have a super day, and I'm ever so grateful that you stopped by. Bye.